Well, hello again, dear ones. So grateful that you're with me. Reverend Robert here with you. Tonight is March 26th, 2020, and I like to start by saying hello to everyone out in the audience that's watching this at a later time because the in the lag of live streaming, nobody on Facebook or YouTube is seeing this just yet. So they'll come into the room in a little bit. But in the meantime, I always like to say hello to the people watching the recording. And I really appreciate you checking this out and sticking with us. So my name's Robert Brzezinski. I'm in the midst of a spiritual practice, morning and evening, every day live streaming prayers. I am also inviting friends and colleagues to come in and join me. And I had a friend, my friend Reverend Lisa Bair, was scheduled to be with me this evening, but she's not here. And that happens. It's in this day and age, these things happen. So if she jumps in as we go along, hey, great. And if not, then we'll get her scheduled for another session because, again, I'm doing these at 8 a.m. and 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time every single day. And part of the 8:15 is if you're into music the way I am, and I'm huge into music. Daniel Nahmod is probably the preeminent New Thought musician on the planet, and he's been doing a Facebook Live every evening at 7:30 Mountain Time, and he books it as a half an hour, but he always goes almost 10 or 15 minutes over, so which is great. More music for us, right? So I've been checking that out every night, and I invite you to do the same. So Daniel's really a lot of fun. And if music is your thing, then by all means check out New Thought Radio, which is I think Lisa might be joining us. So New Thought Radio, online internet radio stations broadcasting New Thought musicians 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, some of the most positively inspiring musicians you've ever known. We're gonna get Lisa in here, it looks like. Yep, dead air. Oh, wow. Dead air, dead air. I should know better. I can keep talking and copy and paste at the same time. Helping Lisa get into the room. No, that's not it yet. We're going to get her. I promise. So, and what I'll do in the meantime, if you are in need of prayer or would like to experience a spiritual mind treatment specifically for your own desires at this time, please don't hesitate to drop a link to drop me an email and let me know. I will be more than happy to pray for you, pray with you. We can get on a phone call or send an email or whatever it takes, because it's in this time that it is the most important to rely on our spiritual practices and rely on each other to uplift us. I tell you, I couldn't get through the day if I didn't know that I have other friends and family, people praying for me in a powerful and meaningful way. So trusting Lisa's going to be joining us because we're communicating in the background, and when she does, so now, hey, here we go. Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
I found you.
Oh, yes, we have found each other. So I've been telling everybody you're coming.
Okay, good.
that you were going to make it. So, dear ones, this is Reverend Lisa Bair. I've got her Facebook address up there on the screen. So, Lisa, say hello, and we're going to expedite the process a little bit here.
Okay.
I like to ask people, share with us who you are, but more importantly, share with us what's on your heart in these days, and ultimately, what is your prayer request?
What is on my heart? Well, obviously, we're dealing with an interesting situation right now. I just keep bringing it back to God. I keep bringing it back to joy. I keep bringing it back to, what do we really know, and what can we really keep coming back to? And I'd heard Dr. Michael Beckwith last Sunday when he spoke, talking about when we wash our hands, every time we wash our hands, we say a prayer, and it keeps you in that God presence throughout the day. So it's just a constant reminder of what the truth is versus a lot of the stuff that we're hearing and all the different drama and everything that's going on. So I guess my prayer request would be just to know God and to keep centered in that God space and in that faith.
Yeah, wonderful, yeah. Beautiful.
That's what counts. I think it's a big lesson for all of us in where is God in our life, and what does our spirituality look like? What does our faith look like? And it's a good time to ask yourselves, where am I at with that? And how do I want to, maybe bring it up a notch?
There you go. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. How do we bring it up a notch, folks? Yeah. Right. We seem to have the time, and I know the resources are here, and I know there's enough creativity here.
Yes, definitely.
And so we kind of get to step into that a bit.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's calling. It's Spirit's way of saying, hey, let's wake up and take a look at what we're doing here.
Yes. Good. I just had this crazy flash to that scene in Airplane where the movie Airplane, where Leslie Nielsen and whoever else, they're trying to calm down and everybody's just shaking her, slapping her around. And I mean, I feel like I've been slapped around a little bit in the last week and a half.
Oh, and, for sure. I think we all have.
But the intent is that it wakes us up.
Right.
Right. The intent behind all of that is that we're able to see something different now.
Yeah, definitely.
So folks, this is what in the business, this is what we call a share a prayer. Yeah. I'm going to invite Reverend Lisa to open the prayer for us and move us into wherever she goes and wherever Spirit takes her. and at some point, Spirit's going to say, okay, you're done. Throw it over to Robert, and she'll pass it over to me, and I'll take it and finish it out. And then we'll wrap up and say a few words in parting. So, dear one, please take us away.
Wonderful. Well, it's interesting. I'm going to start with a reading. Yesterday, I was on a walk. It's been such a beautiful weather lately, so I definitely been taking the opportunity to really deepen my spirituality and deepen my daily practices in what I'm doing, and trying to walk, stay in nature, connect with my source, remember the truth of who I am and where I come from. So on my walk, I actually had passed a stream, and it just called me, and I was just moved to go over by it. So I went over and I sat, for, I don't know, a few minutes, and just took in the beauty of that sound, the stream, the water, and just really enjoyed that. So that was kind of my connection for that walk. And it was interesting. So then when I got up the next morning and I read from this book, this is called Richer Living. This is by Ernest Holmes and Raymond Charles Barker, two of our most important New Thought founders. So this book is my daily guide. So I use it every morning. So I wanted to share a little bit from the reading and then go into a prayer. And it was interesting, of course, the one mind, because the reading starts out with, I am cleansed by the purity of God. And they go on to say that God, who is the organizer of all things and in the principle of all life, can never experience evil, see it, nor know it. And then he goes on to say, We are cleansed by the purity of God. Supposing we liketh this purity of God to a clear stream of water, in which knows no impurity, and in which we bathe. The very act of our entering into the stream purifies us without contaminating the stream. And it is in our relationship with the divine, who is free from evil, the law of good knows no limitation. So today I enter into the stream of pure life, and I bathe in that spiritual water of perfection. My whole being is cleansed, purified, and made whole. Today I can turn from evil, from every sense of limitation, fear, or uncertainty, and bathe in the waters of freedom, purifying myself with the belief or from the belief or experience of want or need. Today, I bathe in the waters of pure spirit. I lose every negation of the past. I am cleansed of all the fear in the future. I am purified from all uncertainty of the present time. I enter into a new and complete and perfect life here and now. Today is God's day. Let us rejoice.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.
It just really took it home for me, and what a powerful reading that was. So, everyone, come with me now. Let's just take a moment to close our eyes. I want everybody to take a deep breath. You're going to breathe in right now, some deep breaths. Blow it out gently. Breathe in again. Blow it out gently. One more. As we breathe right here and now, we breathe in the breath of God. For we know that that very breath is the life of God. For it is that divine source, it is that divine essence that breathes in us and through us. For with no effort, we are able to breathe. We breathe in the love and the light, and we relax into it. And every moment, it is a moment of God. It is a moment of divine truth. We know that this divine presence is within us and all around us. And nature shows that to us through the beauty of the stream, the sound of the water, the sound of our heartbeat. And as we begin to take more time to connect with ourselves, to connect with God, our divine source, that creative source that brought us here, we give thanks and know that we are surrounded in that love and that light. And we know that with every breath of God, it is the breath of perfection and wholeness. Everything is unfolding easily and effortlessly. We just take one step at a time, knowing and trusting in that faith, in that creativity, and the love that is being brought forth in bigger and brighter ways. We see that action of that divine power, that divine source working in and through so many people, so many places. We look for the blessings, we look for the jewels, we look for the gems. And we just give thanks and know that our cells are perfect, whole, and complete. We surround ourselves and immerse ourselves in the purity of that water, knowing that that pure spirit protects us, keeps us safe, keeps us sound. And we know that purity and that strength of God surrounds every individual in the world on this planet. And we know that that strength of the divine wisdom of God, the divine wisdom of spirit, is moving and working in and through each and every person, blessing, sending hope, sending love. We just look at all of the beauty that is unfolding, and we just surround ourselves and everyone with that divine love and that beauty and that light, knowing that this too shall pass as we go back to God and we go back to the truth and we go back to the truth of who we are. We connect with ourself, we connect with our source, we connect with nature, and know that we are in the presence and the hands of God. And I release this prayer knowing that we are unfolding perfectly and beautifully right here and right now. And I hand it to Reverend Robert.
And so I too stand in that place of knowing the divinity of man, knowing the divinity of woman, knowing the divinity of all,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that the truth of God right now reveals itself through and as all of life. Every heartbeat, every word, every hand, every thought, every deed, every experience, every whisper, every vision,
Mm-hmm.
a unique and divine emanation of that one power called God. And so I know you may never step into the same river twice.
Mm-hmm.
You may never bathe in the same stream twice. I know that we each get to experience and express the circulation, that never-ending flow
Mm-hmm.
that is forever recreating itself anew. For I know that spirit is forever creating an experience and casting off that experience so it may create a new experience, taking on form and abandoning that form in order to take on new form. And so I know that's what's happening right here across our entire planet. God, spirit, is taking off one set of clothes, throwing it away, and pulling on a whole new set of good-looking duds. There is a casting off of the old belief system that no longer serves, and an embrace of a new concept, a new perspective, a new way of seeing the world, a new way of seeing humanity, of community, of connection. It's amazing. It's amazing to be witness to it, and most amazing to be an active participant in it. And so I claim for each one that hears these words, in this moment, in another moment, in some recording, some distant time in the future or the past, I claim for each one that hears these words a deep, sacred stirring to say yes. Yes to the calling of the soul. Yes to this moment. Yes to standing up, standing in truth. No longer allowing the hate and the vitriol and the separation and all that crap that is not true. No longer allowing any of that to influence my thoughts or my beliefs, but to constantly redirect my attention and my intention towards God, towards the one, towards the truth. And so I know that rushing river that's forever flowing, forever turning over, forever churning, forever creating change is good. And it is very good. And it is very, very necessary. Just as I know that each one on this planet, each heartbeat, each voice, each divine soul that is on this planet, I know as absolutely vital to the emerging, evolving vision of humanity. So I know each one here as a precious, precious jewel amongst an overflowing treasure chest of diamonds and gold and rubies and silver. Each one a divine jewel in this giant masterpiece. And so I know that beyond the appearances, there's something amazing happening here, something magnificent that's happening here, something that's never happened before. And it's all happening for the benefit of all. because this is God's life evolving in front of my very eyes.
Mm-hmm.
God's life emerging into a newness, into an even more radiant and glorious expression of itself. Through my voice, through my hands, through the hands of the nurses and the doctors, the orderlies, the truck drivers, the cashiers, everyone involved in this incredible experience, even the politicians, everyone is playing the exact perfect part and the exact perfect role to bring forth a world that works for everyone. And so I am in this moment absolutely grateful to be a part of this, to be witness to it,
Mm-hmm.
and to allow God's voice to remind each of their own spiritual magnificence. I am grateful to know that God's got this, and so I can release this word. I can loose this word into the law that has already said yes, get my bloated nothingness out of the divine circuits,
Mm-hmm.
and let God be God. Let God deal with this, because God's got this. It's not I that just does the work, it's God doing that work. So I feel it in my heart. I feel a grateful stirring in the heart to just let go, release this word into the law, and let it be.
Mm-hmm.
And we affirm that truth together by saying, and
And so
so
it is.
it is.
Amen. Amen.
Mm. And so it is. Thank you, dear one.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for everyone that's with us tonight, sticking it out a little bit of a long version tonight, but that's okay. And I want you to know, Reverend Lisa and her daughter have written and illustrated that they have the most amazing children's book. You got a copy? I know you got a copy.
I do have some. I have them here.
It's 4 fabulous fairy tales and mindful mini meditations.
Correct.
It's really, really cool. You can find out more information on her Facebook page about it and check it out. And I will say, I want to say thank you. We never set these things up in advance, but I just noticed that that's a New Thought Radio flyer on your bullet board in the back.
Yeah,
I like
right
that.
there.
I appreciate that. We were pushing New Thought Radio while we were waiting for you to show up. So remember, folks, you can catch a lot of good music over there. And check out Reverend Lisa and connect with her on her Facebook page. Thank you, dear one. I say this to so many people anymore. I really hope that we don't have enough time to have to do this again. And I would really love to have you back on and do this again. So we'll make this happen again sometime.
I am here. I'm here. Anybody needs anything, let me know. We can do some prayer. Do our thing.
Exactly.
Thank you,
cool. Thank you, dear one. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Tune in again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on Facebook, Mountain Time. And I'm praying with somebody tomorrow morning, but I don't even remember who it is. So we'll have fun.
It's all God.
Exactly. Peace and blessings.
Good night.
And you don't have